Warning, I rant so you don't have to. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about where lice and dirt hide within dreadlocks. I don't know about you, but for me, one of the most annoying things about having my hair this way is the perception that some people have regarding its cleanliness. I'm a realist, I don't expect everyone to be totally cool and understanding, but it doesn't stop it from being just a little bit frustrating. So here's the thing, the vast majority of people who have locked hair are, pretty normal, within reason. There are people from all walks of life, all economic, cultural, national backgrounds, all in different vocations with different jobs, all around the world. And they've all got locked hair, right? And yet, there are still people that believe that the one thing that connects all these people together is the complete and total disregard for hygiene and cleanliness. I actually find this quite interesting because for a lot of people, locked hair is something that they decide upon at a certain point in their life, and so it's not something that they've had from birth. They decide one day, or normally a little bit more thought goes into it than that, but they decide that sure, that's what I'm going to do to my hair, and therefore it's like the belief that they also at the same time decide, yeah, sure, I don't care about hygiene, cleanliness, let's do this thing. For what purpose? For just to have them? They'd give up supposedly all these norms for that. I'm not sure I buy into that. It's the trade-off that yeah, I'm gonna decide to have dreads and supposedly all this dirt and all these lice and bugs come with it, but I'm cool with that. No, I don't think that's how it works. Some people do think that's how it works. I consider myself to be a pretty normal guy, despite the outward appearances. I think I'd react as negatively to things like dirt and bugs and lice as pretty much anyone else. And yet, there are still people that believe I'd be totally chill with having filth and lice and creepy crawlies literally inches from my face. Yeah, that guy over there, he'd be chill with it. No, why would I be chill with it, dude? So I'm stepping out today to have this teeny tiny little rant regarding this topic. In my previous video, I attempted to somewhat set things straight. I thought it would be pretty definitive to take some dreads, cut them open, and literally display to the whole world what is inside. If you've not seen that video, it's the previous video uploaded. You should check it out if you've ever wondered what is actually inside one of my dreadlocks. I thought I'd be able to do that video and people would be like, hey, it's just hair. For years I've gone, it's just hair. And to show that it's just hair seems to be pretty definitive. You claim that there are no bugs, no lice, no dirt in there, it's just hair. You literally cut them open, show people it's just hair, but no, of course not. I feel that out of all the people in the entire world that would be the most aware of whether there's anything unsightly within my hair, it would surely be me. They're literally right in front of my face. If anyone is aware of what is going on, you'd hope it's me. I'm not totally oblivious most of the time. And yet, there are anonymous YouTube commenters who still believe that they know my hair better than I do. Despite also literally having the dreadlocks dissected in front of their eyes. Still not enough. So these are some of the sort of comment ideas that I received after uploading that video. So despite all the evidence being, as best as I could, displaying the evidence before them, these are what people still said. I had a number of people say that because I was just dissecting dreads that I'd previously trimmed off months earlier in my trimming video, I'd kept those ends for the dissection video. But because it was several months between the trimming video and the dissection video, they claimed that all the lice would have decided that, if they were there, they've had enough, they packed their bags, and they've wandered off in the meantime. Now, I could have also explained that during the trimming video, I trimmed them and put them in a box because otherwise they'd just be lying around. And, if they left, they'd be in the box if they existed. But then, of course, you'd open yourself up to things like, Yeah, but like it was many months ago, so they probably like dried up and turned to dust, or they escaped the box because it wasn't vacuum sealed, or they teleported. Teleported is where I'd put my money, but hey, that's just me. Next up, I had the people who were claiming I was dissecting the wrong dreadlocks. In that, you know, I was dissecting dreadlocks probably deliberately. I'd chosen ones that were from the part of my head that were cleanest or lice free, apparently. Like, I should dissect the next one and the next one. I dissected two, but they were clearly both wrong. And, you know, I don't know where they were from. They were just like from a random pile of dreads in the box. But they were also wrong. So, I mean, should probably keep dissecting until I find what the people are looking for, because that's how science works. You just keep repeating and keep repeating and keep repeating until you get the one instance that proves whatever it is that you think, and then that is fact. Oh, and one more thing. I was told that because my hair is dark in colour or brown in colour, I could not possibly claim that they're not dirty, because dirt is the same colour as my hair. So dissecting my dreadlocks and showing inside that it's just clean hair, like I can feel that it's hair, it's just straight up hair. Show that it's hair in HD, but nah, it's like the same colour as dirt, like, so we probably need to sort of like, you know, get a microscope. Guys. So, I had a little think about how I could possibly appease all these critical comments, because I take on constructive criticism and I take it on board, and this is what I came up with. What I would need to do is take a dreadlock and then brush it out from root to tip, the entire thing, so, you know, there's no like dirt hiding up this end or down this end, and, you know, the lice go up and down like an elevator, so you have to make sure you catch them in the right part. I would have to take the entire thing apart, live, of course live, because otherwise, like, I'd probably be like, you know, like changing something, and for whatever reason, it needs to be live, and then I would need to completely, like, take it all apart, probably view it with an electron microscope, and then perhaps we would have some sort of result, but only for that one dreadlock at that one moment in time, because then we would need to check the next one and the next one, because that's how it is. Like, I might be looking at the wrong one, and we need to find the right one. That's where all the lice are living. They're all living in one part, in one, like, obviously. And this was the only way that I could think to possibly appease the people that were critical of my previous method. And what would happen there is I'd be sat at the end of the video, or, you know, it would have to be a live stream, and the people that were critical would have to be watching live, because otherwise they wouldn't believe it. And I'd be there, I'd have no hair left because I've cut it all off, brushed it all out, put it all through the microscope. I'd be there, clean shaven, pile of hair around me. There would be no bugs or lice in there. Well, I mean, that's my assumption, considering I've lived with them for 10 years, but what do I know? And then I feel that the response I'd get from these people that I've tried so hard to please is either I've still done it wrong, I've fiddled it, or this is the most likely thing, is that they just say, yeah, whatever, I don't really care. That's the thing. You're trying to appease people that really don't care. The people that spend their spare time going on to YouTube videos and leaving comments, or Facebook pages, or just leaving comments and attacking people in such a way, they're not the sort of people that are ever considering doing this to their hair. They're likely people that are never really going to come into contact properly with locked hair. They just want to get a rise out of people, and in making a video like this, I suppose they've got some sort of rise, but I've made this video not so much so that I can rant, but so that hopefully you don't have to. By ranting in this way to show how ridiculous it is, maybe it will calm some people down. Because some people get so worked up, and there's like huge threads and long conversations where people are in these arguments. And you gotta remember that the people that are like throwing these things out there, they really genuinely don't care. You just have to be sort of aware and take a step back and think about it. And this is what I hope that the people that leave comments would do, is think rationally about it. Have you, for instance, ever had lice? as a kid, like lice go around primary schools when kids are rubbing their heads together or whatever it is that kids do. I don't remember, it was too long ago. I've blocked it out, I've repressed the memories. But I've had lice when I was a kid, never while having dreadlocks, weirdly, despite what people may think. But again, we'll get to that. I've had them as a kid. If you've had them, you will know that they're quite noticeable. It's not like you just sort of forget about having them. You are itching like crazy and probably on the verge of pulling your hair out, and you want to get that stuff out immediately. Anyone that has ever had head lice in their life will appreciate that thought. And yet, there's the implication that when you have dreadlocks, you completely don't care. Like, yeah, they're here, but they're like chill. They're like my roommates, like, dude. No. They would be just as annoying, if not more so. And I put up this image of being a patient guy. I tell people to be patient with their hair. I'm not patient enough to deal with that. If they were in my hair, I'd know about it, trust me, and you would therefore know about it because I'd be going insane. I think you have to just take a step back, take a deep breath, and remember that you can't expect everyone to think rationally. You can't expect everyone to be totally chill and reasonable when they're approaching you, especially online when there's anonymity. There are people out there that think the earth is flat despite everything. And when you're dealing with a situation where you can't convince certain people that the earth is not flat and held up by elephants in space, good luck convincing people that your hair does not have some sort of giant filth properties that you will you can't. My hope with this video is really, like, I don't have a hope of putting this out there and trying to convince the people that would like throw critical comments out there that they're anything other than just like, I've been doing this for too long to think that you can convince everyone to think rationally. But my hope is that by seeing this and seeing like how slightly mad it is, that maybe you won't get so worked up if you're at like the other end of, not just in this situation, but in other situations, just like think about it and be like, yeah, it's not worth my time. The person that I'm arguing with really doesn't care and they just like want to get a rise out of you. Like, don't waste your time with it, dude. I hope this video was helpful, useful, informative, enjoyable for some of you. Like, my little rant here was entertaining in some way. If you did like it, you can give it a like. If you find yourself in a situation where you need to like get in between two people arguing or someone getting totally worked up, just share this video to them and hopefully it will calm them. If you'd like to see more videos from me, of course you can subscribe and check out my live streams on Instagram if that's your thing. Lazy Dreads on Instagram, we do live streams, that's now a thing. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, hope to see you again next time.